Show.
Many people do wonder what I do, seeing as I finished school 2 years ago and I'm not even going to college. So people do wonder, and of course it is normal. And every time I see them, and they're always questioning it. So I always tell them that I run my own company and I also have a family business. And they always want to know what the company is and what the business is, of course. So I tell them this. I run a productions company that produces services for business owners that best suits their needs and their business needs. Whether it's in web development, app development, or any type of film and photography productions. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I filmed a video marketing ad for the owner of a financial company, and the results were outstanding. Then when I tell them about the family business, I tell them that I have two. One is the Dreaming Show, where I also interview people, and I'm the co-host of the Dreaming Show, but I also film and photograph of the guests that we have on the Dreaming Show. Basically, it's a web online TV show that interviews people that may have suffered in the past, but then have overcome that and achieved some type of success in their life. If you want to learn more about those type of interviews, you can just go to www.thedreamingshow.com and you'll be able to view all the other interviews that were on The Dreaming Show. And now the second family business is called International Success Blueprint, where we help business owners go from here to here in public speaking. So we coach them and mentor them using different types of strategies and techniques. One of them is virtual reality. We help them by putting them in a virtual world and getting them to speak in front of large audiences, whether it's an audience of 20, 100, 500, or even up to 1,000. And we get them to build up their confidence, to be able to get speaking engagements, and boost their business using public speaking. What made me get into business? Well, I never was into business always. At the start, I really wanted to do engineering. One of the reasons why is because when I watched the Iron Man movie, I fell completely in love with that movie, and I wanted to create my own Iron Man suit. Now, it sounds awesome, but there is a lot of requirement and work to be able to build an Iron Man suit, and of course you need the technology for it. But I was determined to do it anyway, so I wanted to study mechatronics engineering. But then my mom, because of course she was already doing self-development and other types of business-related work and doing conferences, going to seminars, she got me into the world of business. And at the age of 12, my mom took me to Sydney. And at Sydney there was a conference that Tony Robbins was holding. And at the age of 12, I walked on fire. And if Tony Robbins ever gets a chance to view this video, I want to tell him thank you for an amazing, truly life-changing experience and for allowing us to walk on fire, especially at the age of 12. Now, after that, I went to many different seminars and even held my own workshops, with the help of Mom, of course. But still, I wasn't fully 100% into business, and even though going to seminars, conferences, and business meetings with people that are like 4 times the age of me, because I was going from 12, 13, 14, 15, twice the age or even more, I didn't fully understand what they were saying at the time. Probably, I don't know, 10%, 20% I understood, but it all stayed right in the mind until, when I was 17, that I spoke in front of people by myself, and it was talking about business, public speaking. That's when I changed my whole view towards wanting to do engineering to doing business, because I started to realize that I can help change people's lives through business, even though you can do it through engineering as well. but I just felt more connected, more passionate towards business, that I started working with my mom. Then later on, I created my own, which is called the company enterprise. Like I said before, it's like business that produces services for business owners and their needs. Whether it's in web development, app development, photography, or film productions, we do all of that stuff for business owners. Even we do some photography for weddings or special events that are also non-related to business. So that's basically how I really got into business. My mom helping me, and then slowly, very slowly getting into the environment and starting to learn more and more and more, and then going to different seminars with like Robert Kiyosaki, Richard Branson, Tony Robbins, and so many others that I can't even think of at the moment. And then reading different books. One of the books I read was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, and that really helped my view on like wealth, investments, real estate, and it really does help a lot. And that's one of the books I really recommend to start reading, even if you're like the age of 10. You should start reading it because it will help you boost up your mindset towards business and investments as well. What message could I give to people that are already in business or starting out in business and they have an idea? Well, mainly towards to the people that want to start a business. Business is hard. You will face a lot of challenges along the way. Whether it's a low challenge or a high challenge, at some point you will end up failing. But it's how we view failure that helps us move forward. For example, Thomas Edison, the guy that invented the light bulb, he failed so many times, but then after all those failures, he succeeded and we had lights. But when people asked him, "You failed so many times, how did that feel?" He responded, "I didn't fail. I simply learned how not to do it the wrong way." And by changing the words around, rather than saying I failed, but then saying I learned how not to do something, it helps us move forward. Failure doesn't have to be a negative, poor, horrible, scary word that everybody can be afraid of. Failure can be a good word, can be a great thing because it can help us learn from our mistakes and work around the problem to create a solution towards that problem to move forward. Now, even though saying that, we will come across people that will want to bring you down, whether it's your friends, school teachers, partners, or even your very own family. At some point, somebody will try to bring you down. There's for many reasons why they want to do that. One, because they care for you a lot and they don't want to see you fail. Two, they've tried it themselves, but they failed along the way. So they believe that if anybody tries to do what they try to do, that they will fail. Three, they just get pure pleasure out of seeing you fail. And four, they strongly believe that if they see you succeed in any area, they strongly believe that they will get left behind and that you will no longer communicate with them. Well, that's not the case though. You could be succeeding and still have contact with them. Doesn't mean you have to eliminate them completely. But those are the main reasons why people will want to bring you down. But then we can't let them get into our minds. We have to keep moving forward. We have to have a focus. We have to have a clear goal on what we really want and how we want to achieve it. We can't let anybody get in of our way of achieving our goals for their amusement. You have to believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, believe that anything is possible, and just put in massive action. You could read every single book in the world, you could go to every conference out there, but if you don't put in the action, the most important thing, you don't put in the action, then all the things that you have done would have been for nothing. All that money wasted would have been for nothing. If there is no action, there are no results. The only way to get results is by taking massive action. And importantly, hang with the people that are going to boost up your confidence, boost up your level of success. the people that will help you achieve what you want to achieve. It's also important to hang with people that have already achieved what you have and are about to achieve. And it's also important to think in like future terms, present terms. What I mean is that if you want to achieve a goal, say for example is, I want to get a six-pack, or I want to make an extra $1,000 a month, then you have to visualize yourself already making that extra 1,000. Visualize already having that six-pack or having that amazing body that you want to have. Visualize yourself already achieving that goal, already successful. The success doesn't have to be having wealth, having this, having that. Success can simply just be being happy with yourself, being happy with your friends. Whatever success is for you, whatever you want to achieve, just do it. Work for it. Don't give up. Take massive action. And remember, if people are telling you don't do it, you will fail, it's too risky, simply just block your ears out and focus, have like a tunnel sniper vision. Focus on what you want and go for it. That's a message I will give to people that want to start in business. Even if it's not business, if you want to improve some area in their life, whether it's a job, friendship or anything, just simply do what I've said before. One last thing. Think different, be different. Doesn't matter what people say about you. Just do it. And in the end, let your success do the talking.
The Dreaming Show.